Hello and welcome to the EEPROM 9. As you'll guess from the title, this is a Portal review. And yes, although I am doing the Electron ones, it doesn't hurt to have a little bit of a variation. So, here we are, Portal, one of Gladius's communication interfaces to you. Some form of touchscreen-like computer, if you ask me. Now, this is, as you can guess, the first one. Experimental game produced by some students in uni and then polished off and fabricated by Valve, and of course we're looking at a nice little Easter egg here. I've started here for a specific reason, because I want to do some comparisons between Portal 1 and Portal 2 on my on my Portal 2 review, because there's a few things that I'd like to highlight in things that bug me about Portal 2. The big one being continuity errors. Big ones too. That shouldn't have been allowed to happen. Other than that, it is a great game. So here we have the first Portal. A rare game this, in that, well, let's be honest, games have all but lost their originality these days. It's like the Call of Duties, like COD 4 and that. How much longer can they milk them for? Portal comes along, I remember hearing about it, and it was such an interesting concept. But, well, as with anything like this, it was interesting. As with anything like this, you end up with about, as with anything, it was experimental but hit huge success. And why? Well, number one, it's original. Two, it is just plain awesome. And three, it is just, well, wicked. Now, I'm running out of things to describe it calmly. It's original, which is what I like, which is something that's quite rare these days in games, if you ask me, and anyone else who knows anything about games. I mean, yeah, you get the Call of Duties, but they kind of just blend in. Once you've gone through the storyline, the online is the same as the online of the last one. It just blends in. Now, for those of you who don't know, well, some of you might be just watching this out of general interest because you don't know. Portal is basically a puzzle game that gives you a portal gun, which does this, and you can do things like this, and there's some amusing achievements on it, and you go running round the Aperture Alliance test facility as a test subject. Now, the story is very simple, but they added lots of little things here and there, like the Ratsman dens, as they're known, or just areas where someone escaped, if you ask me, to go into, to add to the game, to add huge variability to the game. Why? Well, variability to the game required to allow them to expand upon it and make Portal 2. In fact, Portal 2 went under development shortly after Portal. But I'm not going to go into describing Portal 2, because that's a Portal 2 review. This is a review of Portal 2. Now, what makes this game excellent? Well, first of all, it helps that I absolutely love puzzle games. And especially addictive like this is. Now, yes, a lot of criticisms have been thrown out about the length, and it is very Half-Life 2-ish, using a lot of models and not so much textures from Half-Life 2, but a lot of models from Half-Life 2. Now, I've started here, I think I've explained why I've started ahead, but yeah, I have. So there's no point repeating myself. Now, there's some brilliant action sequences on this, because as it's one of these games that kind of really speaks for itself. It's hard to speak for it. Hang on, it's a bit quiet because I'm concentrating. This bit is quite awkward. Now the actual Aperture Science facility actually done us quite surprised at the time of your escape and testing, as you can see from the old ranked up panels that, well, as anyone who knows the Portal storyline will know, that she murdered everyone basically. The turret's pretty much plays as a character, and as in Portal 1, you are very isolated. You're pretty much... Portal 2 isn't as isolated, but Portal 1, it's just you and Gladius, pretty much. Yeah, this bit can be a bit on the tricky side, but... as with anything, nothing is impossible. As you can see, I have become quite good at Portal. Now, of course, as with Portal, we're almost at the bit that I want to do. And voila! Now they threw catwalks in here because people had desires to get up the catwalk, because it has commentary, but you've also got the extra challenge rooms and steps, which sadly is lacked in Portal 2. This is where the huge continuity error that I can't stand is in Portal 2. The one I can't get over all the others. And you're here in the Gladius bit, waiting to see Go. Now, you look in here and it's beautiful. It's very well designed game. The graphics and textures are very Half-Life 2-y because it's built on its similar sort of resolution, which Half-Life 2 textures aren't huge resolutions, but they are high enough. And of course, I always do like this. The only thing with running this on the Xbox is you don't have no clip, which means you can't zoom in there and fly around there, because I'd quite like to have a look and see what the projector model looks like, and be able to actually read what's on there, because this is on a standard resolution TV, and even when I put it in an HD one, it was hard to read, so yeah. Thankfully the joys of the internet have revealed the information on that to me. More backstory basically. Now you do end up here on Portal 2, and so yes, the texture and gameplay is remarkably well done, because the puzzles are a challenge, but they're not so hard that they're impossible or frustrate you. They're to a degree that's sensible in difficulty. Now we finally made it to Gladius.
Congratulations. Was it worth it? Because despite your violent behavior, the only thing you've managed to break so far is my heart. Maybe you could settle for that.
They redesigned the look of Gladius.
I guess we both know that isn't going to happen. You chose it, Matt.
It's hard to describe Portal 2 really, because it's so original and unique.
Time out for a second. That wasn't supposed to happen. Do you see that thing that fell out of me? What is that? It's not the surprise. I've never seen it before.
It is.
Never mind. It's a mystery I'll hold later. By myself. Because you'll be dead. Where are you taking that thing?
Now this is your emergency intelligence
My guess is that touching it will just make your life even worse somehow.
I mean,
I
Gladius
don't
has
want
to
to tell you your
be
business, but if it were me, I'd leave that thing alone.
definitely such an excellent and actually
Do
quite
you think I'm
lovable
trying to trick you
baddie.
with reverse psychology? I mean, seriously now.
Actually, at the end of the game, I was quite sad to kill her.
Okay, fine. Don't touch it. Pick it up and just
She's just one of
stuff it
them
back into me.
baddies that's just so original. Everything about this
Kidding
game is
me. Did
original
you
and
just put that
brilliant.
aperture science thing we don't know what it
I mean, yeah,
does
you can
into
say
an aperture science
probably a bit
emergency
loud,
intelligence
actually.
incinerator? That has got to be the dumbest thing that...
I mean, that's probably what makes this game great. It's so well thought out and originally done that Portal 1, the only thing you can really fault it on is its length, because it is incredibly short. To be frankly honest, I don't know if you could have made it work any longer. I guess you could.
I can't shut off the turret defenses. Oh well. If you want my you should just let
And I miss her, which is brilliant. So you're going to be seeing in... Oh, look, we're going to run out of recording time very soon. So let's conclude this.
keep doing whatever it is you think.
Oh, I hit her. Okay, to conclude off my Portal review, because I didn't do it that well during the game. So here it is. Orange box for the Xbox 360. Why on the Xbox 360? Well, it's a damn sight more reliable than running it on Steam. Although, truthfully, to put that down into truth, technically that subject is debatable because the Xbox are renowned for failure. But in my experience, Xboxes are more reliable than Steam, which puts Steam down as absolute shite. Feel free to disagree with me on that if you want, but that's my experience with Steam. Concluding notes then, the gameplay is unique and original. The actual storyline isn't all that original, but the way it's implemented bloody is. It's a very simple game with a simple entry system that works very well. It's very well polished, as Valve games often are. It doesn't, well, to be frankly honest, I've only really found one or two glitches in it. There's some weird one that's quite fun where you can have like Portal floating as an orb in the air. That was highlighted on a YouTube video to me, and that's it. There's a few other glitches in that provided through the place Portal sheet everywhere. And that kind of stuff. It is an absolutely fantastic game, and I have to say it's one of the best to be released. It's completely and utterly original. When it was first coming out as concept, it had the potential to go wrong, but thankfully they implemented it right and they implemented it well, making a legendary and very memorable game. It is absolutely magnificent. I can't really fault the original Portal in any real way. And, well, I shall do a Portal 2 review, and Influx. The trouble is, it's hard to not compare the two now. But Portal 2 is another great game. Portal, you should definitely have it in some shape or form, whether you have it through Steam, PlayStation, this, Orange Box, and 360, whatever. You should have it. It's a game that no true gamer should be without. It is just brilliant. There's no way else to describe it. It's a game that speaks for itself. If you don't like it, I have to say, I'm sorry about this, but there's something wrong with you. It's too cool not to like. And that is that on Portal. I might do a few more things on it, I might not. It all depends. Till the Portal review, or whatever other review gets uploaded next, goodbye. And my feet are cold as usual. Well, I wish I had warm feet. Oh well. Thanks for watching, and have a swell evening.